Cinema Sickness here, out doing a bit of hunting on this beautiful Saturday morning, up way too early. I'm very much not awake right now, but had to get up early to come out and do a little bit of flea marketing. There are 3 church flea markets going on today that I know of. We're going to go hit those up, see what's going on. We're actually here at our first location. We're here at the Bible Fellowship Church in my hometown. We're going to go in there, see if they have anything good. Usually the yard sale is going on in this or the flea market today. They actually usually call it, I think, a yard sale. It's actually going on in this yard right here in the front of their church, which kind of makes more sense because you think they'd get more people stopping in just who are driving by. I think the first time I ever found out about this flea market yard sale, I was actually just driving by and saw a whole, boatload of people selling stuff out front, stopped to see what was going on, and I wait for this every single year. This year they have it actually inside, which is a little strange. I'm not sure why. Maybe they thought it was going to rain or something. I don't think they're calling for rain today, but it is what it is. So again, we're going to go inside, see if they have anything good. Hopefully we'll find some great deals. And I don't know, guys. Let's just see what's going on today. It's a church flea market. They're usually very hit or miss. We got 3 of them to hit up. So let's do that. Let's go in, see what they got. Well, all right, guys. Here we are at our first flea market, our first church flea market. Let's see what they got going on. Kind of like that it's inside this year. That way we're not outside in the heat, even though it's a pretty nice day out. As you can see, plenty of stuff to look through. Normally they have all the DVDs and all the media, really, DVDs, CDs, anything like that, all on one table. I'm not seeing anything off the bat. In fact, this is a lot smaller than it is usually, which kind of has me a little concerned. Oh, what's over here? Alright, I think I may have found the media.
Hello. Seem to be missing.
Yes, I see games, books, records, VHS, CDs here, plenty of VHS. So lots of these to look through. Could be some good VHS tapes in here. Some 8-track. And some games.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like 1 DVD. It's not really seeing much in the way of DVDs. It looks like just 1 DVD and a whole boatload of VHS. So let's dig in and we'll see what they have. Alright, guys, well, our first flea market is a bust. Plenty of VHS tapes back there. In fact, there were some DVDs back there buried underneath some of the VHS tapes, but nothing good. A lot of kids' titles, very, very common stuff. Everything was scratched anyway, so unfortunately had to pass on all that. So no VHS I wanted to pick up, no DVDs I wanted to pick up, no electronics or anything like that here I want to grab. So unfortunately, won't be grabbing anything from this flea market this year. That's a shame. Usually I get at least 1 or 2 things here, but nothing this year. So it is what it is. Let's get out of here, head on to our next flea market. Who knows, maybe we'll find like a yard sale or something on the way. That'd be nice. And see if we can find anything good. Well, alright, guys, right across the street from the church is actually a legitimate yard sale going on. So we're going to hit this place up, see what they got going on. Check this out. What is this? Look at that. That's really cool. Independence Day. That is absolutely awesome. It's like, I don't even know what that is. It's thick. It's like wood or something like that. I thought maybe it's just a poster kind of laminated to a board. It does not appear to be that. It appears to be something completely different. I have no idea what it is. It's only $5. That is really, really cool. If I had absolutely anywhere to put this, I would totally buy that because that is absolutely awesome, but I don't know why we do something that big. I see some DVDs already right there in the box. Let's see what they got. So, alright, guys, plenty of DVDs in here. Some cool Disney stuff. Indiana Jones. Here's some MacGyver. Season 2 of MacGyver, actually. I don't have Season 2. Probably going to grab that. Let's paint your wagon. Yep, has a throw stuff. Definitely interested in that. There's definitely some cool stuff in here. I don't know the price on these. It doesn't say. Oh wait, here we go. DVD's $2 a piece. So I guess even the MacGyver's $2? I don't know. Wow. Black Hole on DVD. That's really cool. That's something you don't see very often. Brian's Song. So some interesting stuff here. I might have to look up some information on some of these, see what kind of review some of these get. Some of these titles, like The Lion in the Winter, Brian's Song, things like that, I don't really know too much about. So I'll look up some information on those. Possibly grab a few of these. I think I'm definitely grabbing At least those three anyway, they're in good condition. So very, very cool. Already starting off pretty awesome. I mean, just again, this right here is fantastic. That Independence Day poster. I really want that, but again, don't know where I put it. And already found some DVDs. Who knows what else is here? Very, very cool. How absolutely cool is that Alf tray? This guy's awesome. He's got the cool Alf tray. He's got the Independence Day poster. He's got all these DVDs here, and he had a Blobfest t-shirt on. This guy is actually pretty awesome. Has some really cool stuff, and I know some of you are going to point it out. Yes, I did pick up the Now and Then Here and There DVD collection. I know, I almost passed on that because I thought it was something else. I thought it was one of those, I just at first glance, I thought it was one of those like Now We Call Music sets or something like that, and it obviously wasn't. So as soon as I put the camera down and I started actually paying more attention to what I was looking at, I realized that's anime, so I had to grab it. Unfortunately, one of the discs was a little scratched, but for $2, I picked it up. I will take the risk for $2. That's not something you come across very often. So, all right, we're going back to the cart now, and look, it's a banana. Very cool. All right, guys. So found some definite good deals here. I ended up picking up 6 different titles. Again, all for $2 a piece. Even the box sets were $2 a piece. The MacGyver and the Now and Then Here and Now. I've never even heard of that anime set. Were both $2 a piece. Very cool. And again, the guy had a Blobfest t-shirt on, so he is awesome. So all right, we're off to a pretty good start. Like I said, the flea market here was a bit of a bust. Didn't find anything in there, but at least across the street were some fantastic deals. So let's head on to our next flea market. Who knows? Maybe we'll find another yard sale along the way, but onwards. Well, all right, guys, bit of a change of plans. I hope they can hear me. It's a little windy out here, but bit of a change of plans. We have come across a community yard sale. Yeah, this community yard sale goes on every single year, and every single year I try to look up information on when this is going on, and they advertise for this so incredibly poorly. There is no information online about this ever, but I happened to pass a sign stating that this yard sale was going on. So as much as I would love to get out to hit up the church yard sale, obviously I'm not passing up a community yard sale. That's not going to happen. So gotta hit up here, see what they have going on. I've scored here pretty big in the last, I think 2 times I've been here. So very excited to see what is going on. And if we have time after this, we'll certainly go back out and hit up the church yard sales. We'll still try to do that if we can do it. But for now, we're going to see what they have here. And again, I am really excited. This place is huge. Gonna take me a little while to walk through all this yard saleage going on and see what we have to find. I can't even talk. I'm so excited. Let's dive in. Alright, some DVDs here. Things like Seasons of Girlfriends. Not really a show I'm into, but very cool. Some Sex in the City. I don't know what that is. Complete season. Final season. That's really cool. That box set there. So definitely some interesting stuff here. That's pretty cool. How much are your DVDs? $2 a piece. Some really good deals there. Very cool, thank you. And I might have to jump on some of these. Definitely that one, if it's in good shape. Very cool. Alright, DVDs, $1 a piece. Looks like a bunch of kids stuff, but certainly nothing wrong with that. Very cool. Oh, that's in good shape. I'd be interested in that. Ugly Dachshund, very, very cool. Some Yu-Gi-Oh! That's pretty awesome as well. Shark Tale. Easy Town. Nice Kingdom of the Spiders. That's not a kid's title at all. But it's very cool. Some possibly good stuff in here. Not so sure. Got to dig through and we will see. Alright, even more DVDs. CDs as well. How much are your DVDs? $2 a piece. Very cool. And your CDs? $1? Very awesome. So some good deals right here. But dig through here, see if there's anything I need to pick up. Looks like some cool stuff on top anyway. Some stuff I have, unfortunately. And who knows, maybe some good CDs I want to pick up, and maybe some good CD soundtracks. Very awesome. I'm going to dig in. Already own it, but it's really cool to see another one. Alright, we got Blu-rays and CDs. How much are your CDs and Blu-rays?
3 for the Blu-rays, 2 for the CDs.
Absolutely awesome. Definitely grab a few of these. Very cool. Well, alright guys, we are done at the community yard sale, and I definitely made out. Got a whole bag here full of stuff. It actually didn't take me very long to get through there because there were not a ton of people selling media, not a lot of CDs and DVDs and stuff like that. I mean, there were a few amount of people, but not a ton. So I actually got through there a lot more quickly, or I got through there very fast, we'll say. So very, very cool. But the good news is that the few people who were selling DVDs and Blu-rays and whatnot were selling really awesome stuff. So definitely quality over quantity at this community yard sale. There's so much awesome stuff. Man, look at the parking. The parking situation here is insane. People parking on the road, on the side of the road. That's where I'm parking. Absolutely insane. See, the problem with this is that, whew, out of breath. The problem with this is that where they have this going on is in a park where they have like baseball games and stuff going on too. So they do this on a Saturday, and there's a soccer game over there. There's 2 baseball games going on. So you have all these families and whatnot for the baseball games and soccer games parking, and you have all these people trying to park for the community yard sale or flea market, and just absolutely insane. It's freaking chaos. So yeah, all right. I don't know why I'm like so out of breath right now. It's actually really nice. In fact, remember how I said I don't think they're calling for rain? They might be now that I'm looking at it. It's getting windy and clouds are starting to roll in. So that's not a good sign. But since it didn't take me very long to get through here, we're going to go hit up at least one more of those church yard sales. Not sure if we're going to drive all the way out to the third one. I don't know. I've been out to that one before. I don't think I've ever bought anything from that one before. So we'll see if we're going to drive way out there. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like doing. But we're at least going to hit up the other one because I've scored big there last year. And yeah, so let's go out, see what deals we can find. Man, again, I found some really cool stuff. There's some awesome stuff in this bag right here. This was a good stop. So glad I saw the sign saying, you know, that the yard sale or the flea market, the community flea market was going on, because I scored pretty big, some fantastic deals. So, all right, guys, let's continue on, see what else we can find. Well, all right, guys, yet another church yard sale, and this wasn't even one of the ones I had planned on stopping at. Man, today is apparently yard sale / flea market day. Everybody is selling stuff today. It's absolutely insane. So the more places like this I stop, the more and more I'm thinking we're not going to hit up the very last church yard sale or church flea market that I was going to hit up. That's a bit of a drive. We're still going to go to that one last one I wanted to hit up. So let's see what they have here. In fact, the last time I was here was for a funeral, so a little disturbing. But anyway, let's go inside, see what they have going on. Actually, it looks like they have stuff outside and inside, which is really cool. So let's see if they have any good deals. Well, all right, guys, that's it. Unfortunately, a complete bust here. Not finding anything. I mean, a couple VHS tapes here and there, some kids' DVDs, again, here and there. Cool bridge I get to walk over, though. That was fun. So, yeah, not really much going on. Like I said, like every stand had maybe like 1 or 2 VHS tapes or something like that. There was actually a box of VHS tapes, but it was all like super duper uber Christian related stuff, which I obviously have no interest in whatsoever. So unfortunately, this entire community yard sale, church yard sale, was a bust. Nothing there. So let's continue on, and we're gonna go head out to the one last church yard sale that I really want to hit up, the church flea market that I really, I don't know if I want to call it. See, I keep saying flea market, yard sale. I don't know. The church flea market / yard sale that I want to head out to. We're going to hit up that, see if we can find anything good there. But who knows, on the way, we may find some more stuff. That's what I keep finding today. All these signs saying yard sales and flea markets and stuff going on the way out to all these other places I want to go. And I got nothing wrong with that. So let's continue on, see what we can find. Well, all right, guys, here we are. We have arrived at the next church yard sale / flea market. Pretty excited. This place is hopping. Tons of people here selling stuff. Very cool. This place is pretty hopping last year as well. A lot of people here last year. In fact, last year I scored pretty good. I got a whole bunch of $1 box sets. Kind of hoping maybe we have something like that going on again this year. Who knows? Pretty excited to check out what they got going on here, though. Like I said, there are tons of people selling stuff here. This is a fantastic church yard sale / flea market. Let's see what they got going on. Here we got $1 DVDs. Some good titles in here, but doesn't look like anything I don't already have, unfortunately. Yep, nothing I don't already have. Gonna pass. Alright, some more $1 DVDs. And again, looks like a whole bunch of stuff that I fortunately already own. All this X-Men set's pretty cool. I want to pick that up just for collecting purposes. Besides that, don't really see anything else I need to grab. Beautiful parrot.
Oh, now she's not.
Is it a he or she?
I guess she's done. She's
She?
done with the olives. You done with the olives?
What is her name?
Bonnie. Bonnie Beretta Bird.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Very cool. And right next to the parrot we have $3 DVDs. Anything good in here? Again, looks like a whole bunch of stuff that I already have. Not seeing anything I need to jump on, at least not for $3 anyway. Some Ruby Squad. What is this? Covert Affairs. Gonna pass on that. So I don't see anything in there I need to grab. But prepared. Alright, a few more $1 DVDs. And unfortunately, a few more titles I don't need. Alright, here we go. This is more like an entire box full of DVDs for $2 a piece. That is awesome. Let's dive in and see what goodies we can find. Well, unfortunately, not a single DVD in that box I needed to pick up. Alright guys, well there we go. That's it for this church flea market / yard sale. And all I picked up was this one title right here for $1. So a really, really good deal. But unfortunately, that was it. Kind of a buzz today. Really bummed about that. Last year, like I said, I got tons of awesome stuff here. Tons of box sets and all kinds of really cool DVDs and stuff. Although these quads are pretty sweet. I didn't already have a pair of those. I grabbed them. They're awesome. So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, last year, I came out of here with a huge haul of awesome stuff for $1 a piece. Really, really cool. But this year, this is it. But hey, at least I only paid $1 for it, so that's pretty cool. Alright guys, I think we are done for today. That seems to be about it. I don't think we're going to go hit up the last church yard sale. It's a little bit of a drive away, and it's getting pretty late in the afternoon. By the time I get out there, it's going to pretty much be dead. So, alright guys, let's head home. Take a look at everything I picked up. Alright guys, back from flea marketing / yard selling, and what a great day it was. First off, beautiful outside. The weather was fantastic. Bit of a breeze blowing, overcast, so the sun wasn't beating down on you. Absolutely beautiful days, like the mid-70s. It was amazing outside today. So perfect day for flea markets, and man, were there plenty of flea markets and yard sales going on. It was flea market and yard sale day today. Everybody was having one, and paid off because I hit up a ton of different flea markets and yard sales, and it paid off. I found so much cool stuff. Now, originally today, I just simply planned on going to 3 church yard sale / flea markets. That was my plan. I was going to just hit them all up in order, and ended up hitting up a bunch of other stuff as well. Went to a couple yard sales that I had not planned on going to. Went to that community yard sale, community flea market, which I was so excited to find. Glad I saw a sign for it, because they do not advertise at all for this community flea market yard sale. They never advertise for it. I never know when it's going on. Although from information I saw online, because I tried to look up some more information online, it looks like it's the first weekend of June every year. So I'm going to try to remember that, write that on my calendar. First weekend of June, I got to remember that the community yard sale / flea market is probably going on. And I had to say I paid off. It paid off the most to go there. That's where I scored the best stuff. So definitely glad I hit that up. And then I found that other church yard sale that I didn't even know was going on. I didn't find anything there, but still very, very cool. And I didn't make it out to the last yard sale, church flea market / yard sale. I never know what to call them. Are they flea markets or the yard sales? They all call them different things. But I didn't make it out to the last one, but that's okay. That one's usually, it's not a very big one. There's usually nothing going on, and it was pretty far away, and it was getting late in the afternoon, so I decided we're going to skip that one. But hit up plenty more awesome places and scored pretty big. So let's take a look at what I got. So we're going to show this off in no particular order, just show everything off. So let's do it. And once again, I'm going to have the fun task now of trying to remember how much I paid for everything, which I'm totally going to forget. So I think I paid $1 for this, I think. I picked up Jane. Is it Erie? How do you say that? I always pronounce that name wrong. So anyway, I think I may already own this. I didn't check, but I know if I do have this, I do not have the Cinema Classes collection release. And I love picking up these releases. They're very cool. Absolutely love them. So I want to say I maybe already have this, or maybe a different version of it. Did they remake this movie at any point? I don't know. I'm going to do some more information, look up some more information on that, double check. But I know I don't have the Cinema Classes collection release, so I figured I'd pick this one up. Very, very cool. Some Orson Welles. That's awesome. Definitely looking forward to checking it out because I have not seen it yet. So very cool. Oh, this was fantastic. This guy was amazing. For $15 total, picked up all this awesome stuff right here. He had $3 Blu-rays and $2 CDs, and he gave me $1 off. Really cool deal. And he had some really good Blu-rays as well. Some stuff I thought about getting, but I only picked up 2 Blu-rays off him. I picked up the 2 titles I actually need him. Everything else he had would have been stuff that I already own on like DVD that I would have just been upgrading, which would have been cool and all, but I decided, no, I'm going to just, I'm going to just hold off. I'm going to pass on that. I don't need to spend that much money. He had some cool stuff, but I figured I'm just going to get what I need. So picked up, this is really cool, picked up some CDs here, picked up Queens of the Stone Age, grabbed Songs for the Death, which is a really good album, love that one, and also grabbed Like Clockwork, which I haven't heard yet, so very, very cool. Queens of the Stone Age, great band. Then we have Metallica's Black Album, classic album right here, very cool. Then some actual CD soundtracks here. We have Phineas and Ferb, songs from the hit Disney series, and Phineas and Ferb, First and Second Dimensions. Very cool. And this one has some cool holographic artwork. Very cool. So some Phineas and Ferb here. Great show. You know what? These two titles here, I lied. These two titles I didn't grab from him. I got from somebody else. So I picked up 5 CDs and 2 Blu-rays off him. So that's for the 2 Blu-rays I grabbed. First one here being Whiplash. Great, fantastic movie. Absolutely loved the hell of this. And picked up the Blu-ray for $3. That was an amazing find. Still has a digital copy inside as well. Haven't checked to see if it's still good or not. Not that it matters. I already had the digital copy of it that one you guys gave me. But regardless, still the digital copy in it. Very, very cool. $3 for this. That was a steal. So excited to have this in the collection now. And a movie I have yet to see, and that is Dallas Buyers Club. Heard pretty good things about this one, so looking forward to checking it out. Also has a digital copy inside as well. So very cool. But haven't seen this one yet. Definitely looking forward to watching it though. Very cool. $3 a piece for these. Awesome, awesome deal. All right, then on to those other 2 CDs. These I actually got from somebody else. For $1 a piece, I picked up Moonglows, Their Greatest Hits. Very, very cool. Great band right here. Absolutely love them. That's fantastic. A lot of great songs in there. Very cool. And I figured, it was $1, so I grabbed it. Grabbed The Hunchback of Notre Dame Someday, performed by All for One. So yeah, just grabbed this for the soundtrack collection. Pretty cool. Didn't really need it, but it was $1, so I grabbed it. All right, then for $1, this was an amazing find. I can't believe this was $1. He had all these, this cool guy. We actually got talking about Star Wars and stuff because I'm wearing my Star Wars t-shirt. So we got talking about that and stuff. And really cool guy. He had a whole stack of DVDs, all stuff I already had, didn't need, but he had this one title on Blu-ray. And I thought, okay, this isn't going to be $1 because he said $1 for everything. And I'm like, there's no way he's going to sell this for $1. So I asked, and he's like, yeah, it's $1. So awesome. And that is the complete first season of The Americans on Blu-ray. Very, very cool. I've not seen this show yet, but I've heard good things. So very awesome for $1. That is so cool. And still has the security sticker and everything on it. I mean, these discs have not even been touched. Very, very, very awesome. In fact, there you go. I actually broke it open when looking at them. So this had not even been opened yet. I was the first person to open this. I mean, he took the plastic off, but I was the first person to even crack the seal. So very, very awesome. $1. That's an amazing find. And then I believe I also paid $1 for this because it's a show I've heard of, but I've never seen. And I think for just $1, I went, all right, I'm going to grab it. And that is Damages, a complete first season. But like I said, I've never seen this. I really don't know much about it. I know of it in name only. That's really about it. Let me hear your thoughts, guys. Leave a comment below. Let me hear your thoughts on this show. But it was $1, so I figure for $1, I'm going to jump on it. I'll check it out, but haven't actually seen it, so I don't know if it's any good or not. But again, for $1, I mean, if I come across a season of something that I'm like, oh, this could be good, and it's $1, yeah, I'm going to grab it. So, very cool. All right, let's see. Actually, I'm going to show you... Okay, these I'm going to show you next, because everything I just showed you there came from the community flea market, and so did this. Grab some CDs and 1 DVD. So the 1 DVD I grabbed was Mickey and Minnie's Sweetheart Stories, which I do already own, but this was in perfect condition, so grab the second copy as a backup. Very cool. That was $1. All this stuff was $1. Now this I think I already have. I'm pretty sure I already have this, but I grabbed another copy, and that is Alistair Last Stop Suburbia. Very cool, which is an enhanced CD, which is why I think I already have this one. So very cool. Just grab another copy of it. Let me grab some Bowling for Soup, Drunk Enough to Dance. Very cool. Decent band. This is really cool. Atticus, Dragging the Lake 2. Great compilations. Very cool. Then I got the soundtrack here. Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack. I did not actually have this one yet, so very cool. We have Taking Back Sunday, Tell All Your Friends. Great Taking Back Sunday album. Really, really good. I did not have this one yet as well. I used to own this back in the day. This is one of the CDs that I got rid of back in the day, which I still kick myself for. So very cool to have this again. This is another one. I never really knew how to pronounce this band's name. Is it Rooney? Am I saying that wrong? Or Roni? I don't know. I used to own this CD, but I never knew how to pronounce the band's name. So very cool. Good CD. This is actually an enhanced CD as well. I'm actually curious. Does it say what the enhanced material is? It doesn't appear to say. I kind of hate when they do that. When, you know, it's an enhanced CD, but it doesn't actually tell you what, you know, what's on it. Is it a music video? Is it, you know, I have no idea. So I'm really not sure. I'll have to pop that in and find out. Hopefully it's a music video. That'd be really cool. This is a good one. We have Boxcar Racer. This is a great album. Really excited to have that. Very cool. And another CD that I used to have back in the day, and that is Simple Plan, no pads, no helmets, just balls. And, yeah, no balls. Just balls. And this is an okay album. Simple Plan, you know, they're very poppy, but they're an okay band. And also, an enhanced CD, very cool, with bonus videos included with the CD. So very cool. So I have three CDs I picked up for the great music, but that'll be going in my CD-ROM collection. So very, very cool. That's awesome. All right, so that was everything that I grabbed from the community flea market / yard sale that's going on. So very cool. So glad I just happened to see signs for that because, again, that's where I scored the best. All right, and then these two titles here, these I picked up from that last church flea market we were at. Now, you guys saw me pick up this. This is the X-Men collection widescreen of X-Men and X2. So very cool. I didn't really need this. I already have these movies on a few different releases. But this is just a really cool box. I love the artwork. I just love the box set. It was just cool. I really grabbed this just for collecting purposes. I just think it's pretty neat looking. Love to have this in the collection. Just, again, a nice looking release. And $1. So for that price, I jumped on it. Very cool. But after I was done recording, as I was leaving, I happened to walk by something. Because I actually went back. You guys saw me. I think I quickly recorded those quads, the roller skates. I recorded those. And as I'm walking away, I'm thinking, you know what? How much were they? Or, you know, what size were they? How much were they? I already have a pair of roller skates that I love. But if they're my size, because they look like they're in good shape, so if they're my size, I'm probably going to pick them up. So I went back and looked at them. They were size 10, which I'm not a size 10. I'm not a very tall guy, so I'm definitely not a size 10 shoe. So I had to pass on those. But as I'm leaving, I see a little stack of DVDs somebody had that I completely missed over. And it was pretty much all common stuff, except for this one title. And it was a $1 grab, Forever Lulu. Very, very cool. A Debbie Harry movie, which is absolutely awesome. So very cool. I've heard of this movie. I've heard, actually, you know what? I don't really know if I've heard good things or bad things about this movie. But I've certainly heard of it nevertheless. So for $1, I grabbed it, but certainly not going to pass up anything with Debbie Harry. That's awesome. Love Blondie. So very cool. All right, and then the last stuff here, this all came from that yard sale going on across the street from the first church flea market we hit up, and this was really cool. This guy was super awesome. He had that really cool Independence Day poster, which, again, had I had any idea what I would have done with that, I would have bought it, because it was really cool. He had that Alf, like lunch tray thing. That was really cool. And then he had a whole bunch of really awesome DVDs here, and he was wearing a Blobfest t-shirt. So really cool guy, and picked up some cool stuff. So first thing I grabbed, these were all $2 a piece, by the way. First thing I grabbed was Brian's Song. Looked like an interesting movie, so picked that up. Then I had to grab Paint Your Wagon. I've actually not seen this one. I've certainly heard about this movie. A good friend of mine loves this film. I've actually never seen it, so definitely wanted to grab that. This is really cool. We have the Disney release of The Black Hole, which is awesome. Still have the Disney Movie Rewards code inside too, which is really cool. Now, this is a movie I do already own, but I have the Anchor Bay release. In fact, I have 3 Anchor Bay releases. I have the Anchor Bay DVD release, and then I have the 2 different Anchor Bay VHS releases. But now I actually have the Disney release as well. So very, very cool. That's absolutely awesome. Now I have a whole boatload of releases of this movie that I've still yet to see. But anyway, very cool to have the Disney release as well. That's awesome. I will be keeping my Anchor Bay release, but cool to have them both. This was a blind buy, but I love the lineup. That is The Lion in Winter. I mean, Katharine Hepburn, Peter O'Toole. Okay, I'll check it out. Synopsis sounded good too. I've never seen it though, but figured I'd grab it. And then again, $2. Awesome. Grab the 2nd season of MacGyver. Yeah, look at that. Very cool. I already had the 1st season. Now I have the 1st and 2nd season of MacGyver. That's absolutely awesome. On the way to getting all these. And then last but not least here, this is really cool. $2 for this was a fantastic deal. I'm assuming. You guys can let me know. I grabbed the Collector's Series release of Now and Then, Here and There. That's awesome. 4 DVD set. Very cool. So some anime here that I've never even heard of. I have absolutely no idea. At least, is this anime? I think it's anime. It looks like anime. I could be wrong. I really don't know anything about this. I'm not going to BS you here. From the master, yeah, from the master of Japanese anime. Yeah, so it is. Okay, I thought so. I swear I saw, like, even going crazy. I don't know. But anyway, it looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, one of the discs looks like at one point it had come loose in the case, and it's kind of got that like plastic on plastic like smudges that you just can't get off. So unfortunately, one of the discs has that. Now, it's not bad. I don't think it's going to stop it from playing. But yeah, $2 for this. I wasn't going to pass on that. I figured, you know what? I'll take the chance. If those few smudges do cause a problem and the disc doesn't work, it is what it is. I only pay $2 for this. But if it plays just fine, then I only pay $2 for this. So very cool. And like I said, this is what I was looking at inside the there we go, inside the actual box. He had all his DVDs in. I saw this. I saw all of like the now where it says Now and Then, and as I'm filming, I just scanned over it quickly, and I totally thought it was like one of those Now compilations of like really crappy music. But obviously, when I put the camera down, I started looking through the box a little bit better. I realized, oh no, that's anime. So yeah, so I had to let you guys know because I figured a lot of you guys are going to probably watch me, look through that box and go, oh my god, why is he not picking up that set? So I picked it up. Very, very awesome. $2, really cool. So much cool stuff today. Definitely an awesome haul. Very happy that I decided to run out today because again, it was a beautiful day out, perfect day for flea marketing and yard selling. Plus, I found a whole bunch of awesome stuff, and that's what I love about flea marketing and yard selling. You just go out, and you just never know what you're gonna find on your way. Maybe you make it where you wanted to go, maybe you won't. There have been times where I've I'm gonna go out there Jake's today, and I go out, I head out to Jake's, and I end up hitting up so many like yard sales on the way out there that I don't even end up going to Jake's. By the time I'm done hitting up all the yard sales, it's like noon. And at that point, it's kind of pointless around the Jake's. I love days like that where you never know what you're gonna do. You never know what you're going to find. You never know what you're going to hit up. And you end up coming home with a sweet haul of awesome titles. And I definitely came home with one of those today. So, all right, guys. There you go. That's it. So, like I always say, if you like this video, please give me a like. All you got to do is click a little thumbs up. Tap down below. It takes 2 seconds. And it means the world to me. And if you like these videos, I'm going to do a ton more this summer. So, stay tuned for that. Also, if you are not already subbed, please do. I do a brand new daily sickness video every single day. Collection updates, hunting videos, unboxings, reviews, looks into my collection, looks into my sickness for cinema on a daily basis. Been doing it for over 4 years now, and I got no plans on stopping, so please hit that subscribe button. Plus, I sprinkle in bonus videos like this one here and there, so just, again, extra little bonus videos for your enjoyment, plus a regular video for you I'm still gloopy, plus a regular video for you every single day. So please hit that subscribe button. You'll see a new video from me every day, I promise. And also, if you are not already over at cinemasickness.com, there's a link down below. Click on that link, head over there, check it out. There's a lot more to see there than just these videos. I do post these videos there, but I post so much more over there as well. All kinds of great stuff for you to check out, including Team Sickness. If you like my videos, you're going to like the videos from Team Sickness. And also, while you're over there, be sure to click on the merchandise tab where you can purchase yourself a Cinema Sickness hat, Cinema Sickness t-shirt, button, hoodie, tank top, satchel, baby gear, kids gear, all kinds of awesome Cinema Sickness merch for you to pick up. And I would really appreciate your support there as well. So, all right, guys, there you go. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you all on my next Daily Sickness video. See you then, guys. Bye.